Welcome, travelers, to High Fantasy. I'm Brett. I clapped and I shouldn't have clapped. You got me clapping. I need my herb pouch. Daddy's been paying for my salt.
This
I'm part of the poop patrol, ma'am.
And I'm Emily. But I'm like, don't make the robots.
Don't make the robots
crunch. I would speak with dinosaur in a second. I have beef with DC. It's a thing. It's a whole thing.
Join us on our epic world-spanning adventures. Armed with only a bit of long-bottom leaf, we will delve into some of the most amazing worlds of imagination that have ever existed. Before we get into that, don't forget to check out our Patreon if you want to support the channel. And without further ado, let's get into it.
You can clap.
We're
You
clapping.
can. Yay! Sorry.
Hello, everybody, and welcome
Hi.
back to another episode of High Fantasy. I'm Brett.
And I am dropping things. I'm Emily.
Now, before we get started, I'd like to give a big shout out to our $20 Patreon members, Clancy, Bloom, and Minnie. Thank you so much for supporting us. We appreciate you, and you help us continue to make these wonderful episodes.
Yes, you do.
So, without further ado, are you ready?
I'm ready if you are.
I'm so ready. We're going to be continuing our Fallout mini-series. For all of you who've been watching and listening along, now, what I wanted to do originally was do Fallout 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4. But there are two Fallout games that are left out by doing that, Fallout Tactics and Fallout 76. So I'm going to take a 5-minute little interval here, and we're going to talk a tiny little bit about Fallout 76.
So you're telling me don't have any questions?
You can 100% have questions if you want to. It's totally fine.
Because I hear 76 has Mothmen.
It does.
Oh, this is a hard one to skip for me, babe.
Fallout 76 is probably the farthest from... I don't even know if it's considered canon.
Yeah.
If I'm being fully honest. They introduced the Mothman, they introduced the Grafton Monster, they introduced, like, the, this other alien creature.
So, wasn't 76, one, a prequel to all the other games? And then, I could be thinking...
Yes.
Yeah, so it was a prequel to the other... And then, two... Wasn't that the only Fallout game that was like an online game where you could play with other players?
Yes.
Kind of like World of Warcraft?
Exactly that way. The original idea for it was that they didn't want to have NPCs in the game. They wanted to be, every time you saw a person, they wanted it to be a real life person.
I feel like that doesn't make for a great Fallout game because the whole point of Fallout is a story.
Yeah, the way they tried to do environmental storytelling, which is basically you go to a camp, you find everybody deceased, and then you find notes as to how that happened, and then like there's monsters and stuff around there, but they kind of wanted players to make their own factions.
Okay.
And then you were part of that faction.
Okay, so instead of like guilds, you had factions, and then you could invite other people to your faction, quote unquote?
Kind of that way, yeah, like to a point where it was like, okay, the Brotherhood of Steel technically still exists, and you can go through an automated program to become a Knight of the Brotherhood of Steel.
Okay.
Kind of idea. I don't remember if it was exactly Brotherhood of Steel, but it was like the first responders. That was their entire thing, was right after the bombs fell. Yeah, society had to decide, okay, well, these people are the people who show up first.
Okay,
So cops, firefighters, EMTs, everybody who's generally supposed to be on the scene for any like big disaster, these people showed up. And so the government fell.
Yeah.
They weren't getting paychecks anymore, but they decided to create a community-based faction.
Okay.
Teaching people how to survive in the wasteland.
That makes so much sense.
So you had EMTs teaching people medical advice. You had like actual, policemen teaching firearms training, combat maneuvers. You had firemen teaching like environmental hazardous safety, stuff like that. And they were called the first responders.
Okay.
We haven't seen them anywhere else. I assume. And this is the problem with making a prequel, right? Is why haven't I seen them in any of the other games, right?
Right.
Like either they die off or...
And that becomes really hard too because again, Fallout is so story driven. The NPCs I feel like make the Fallout universe. They're so unique. When you have just a bunch of people playing as those NPCs, There is no Brotherhood general who takes you through the training, you know?
Mm-hmm.
There is no big bad evil guy who's trying to take over the Waste for one reason or another.
Exactly.
It's just monstrosities, which is like, that's fine for some games, but no NPCs at all is wild.
Real rough. They figured this out later and decided to put NPCs back into the game.
Okay.
But Fallout 76 had all kinds of bugs when it first came out. It had all of the same bugs that Fallout 4 did, and people were able to utilize and kind of exploit these bugs and glitches like item duping. You were able to get infinite XP glitches, like all this fun stuff.
Yeah.
Because they kind of just slapped Fallout 4's engine right on top of this and didn't fix any of the problems with it.
Yeah, they like reskinned some stuff, but
Yeah, so I don't know how much of Fallout 76 is actually canon, simply because they introduced so many things that I think would be really hard to have as a commonality.
they just keep throwing stuff in there that they think would make sense in the world, not that it fits into the actual story.
Exactly, like, Windy Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Those exist in Fallout 76 because, again, in the mountains of Appalachia,
Mm-hmm.
that's a thing. The Mothman, Bigfoot, all that fun stuff.
It makes so much sense, and I love the fact that they. That's the most unfortunate part, is that I love the fact that they put cryptids in there, because the whole point of cryptids is that you never see them, right? But
Yeah.
if and society falls and you no longer have that threat of society, it makes so much sense that they're like, oh, easy food, easy pickings now.
Yep.
So I love the idea that they were like, okay, in this world, cryptids are real. And, like, they are going to be a problem here. The problem becomes when that's the main thing, when that's the main bad guy, it's no longer a Fallout story. This is a cryptid campfire story,
Yeah. And they did introduce a lot of really fun stuff, don't get me wrong. Like, they had all kinds of really neat things when I was playing.
Yeah.
Like, they had the Mistress of Mystery, which was kind of like the Silver Shroud, and Gragnok the Barbarian. It was literally a female superhero who was kind of like Indiana Jones mixed with Catwoman.
Hot. Smash.
Super cool. Really like that. Great. And that's the thing, like, they did a good job telling a story, given the limited things that they were given to do that. But yeah, they did a very good job with their storytelling, even though they didn't have NPCs. I just wish that I don't know.
For what was there, it was impressive what they got through.
Yeah.
Is what it sounds like. But they needed more still. Like,
they needed so much more.
That's so hard. That's the whole thing, is that, like, Fallout is so story driven.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if it's just a side story, it's incredibly, like, it's I feel like it's the NPCs that make the world. And obviously I say this as a person who hasn't really played any of the Fallout games, because I understand it's like an open world and you can go and technically do whatever you want. In theory, it works really well. Like, in theory, having people, actual people, play the NPCs is really fun. But if you're gonna do that, you have to set it up where it's like, okay, when you're making your character, you choose a faction to be a part of, or you can choose to be factionless,
Mm-hmm.
And then when you're part of the faction, you get to, kind of like World of Warcraft, where it's like, okay, when you do this, you have specific quests that you have to do for these specific people, and you can gain reputation with these certain factions, but you can't, unless you're factionless, you can't gain reputation with multiple factions, or you can't get as much with certain factions. Like, you have to set up in a very specific way. It can't just be like, go into this world and be free. There has to be some structure, because people without structure aren't going to do what you want them or expect them to do.
Right. Yeah, it was. And also, like, I think the whole idea of having an MMO version, MMO FPS, kind of ruined the idea of Fallout, because
What's an MMO FPS?
MMO FPS is massive multiplayer online first-person shooter.
Okay.
Yeah, you see the need for, like, some kind of an abbreviation there.
I understand. I don't speak gamer, so talk to me like it is a foreign language, because I promise you, it is.
Yes. So, like, World of Warcraft is an MMORPG, massive multiplayer online role-playing game.
Yep.
This is an MMO FPS, massive multiplayer online first-person shooter.
Right.
First-person shooter.
And was it PvP heavy?
Yeah. People figured out how to break that really early.
Yeah.
And the only downside to getting somebody to, like, kill you in PvP is you dropped your junk. And your junk was things that you used to craft things at your base.
Yeah.
So if you die, it's not like you lost all your armor and weapons and ammo and all that fun stuff, no. but you did lose everything that you were holding on to. If you had a bunch of rare materials,
Oof.
then that guy kills you because he knows how to grief the system, then that sucks for you.
Yeah, that's rough.
But I think it didn't translate well to a massive multiplayer online game because in Fallout, your choices are supposed to have consequences.
Yeah.
In this, you're grinding dailies for reputation, and that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Because it's like, all right, go and kill these mole men because they're attacking you guys.
It just, you automatically get the reward without having the option of it going down.
Yeah, so you go and you do the thing, and I don't like repeatables in the idea of a game like Fallout. Like, I don't want to sit there every day and log in and be like, okay, I get to fight the mole men again like I've done for the 100th time.
Yeah, because then it's also like, okay, I went and cleared these guys, I went and did this things for these people, and it doesn't matter because 12,000 other people have to do the same thing.
Yeah, so it just... I wanted it to be better. What they should have done and what everybody wanted them to do, let's just be honest, is everybody wanted Fallout couch co-op.
Yeah.
They wanted Fallout 4 that you could play with your buddy on the couch or even, LAN, whatever.
Yeah, like cross-platform.
Like cross-platform would have been great. And they wanted 2 to 3 people, maybe 4, that could play the game at the same time in the same world. That's all we wanted.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, we're gonna do, like, way different than that.
They heard you and they said, oh, don't worry, guys, we know what you want. And then proceeded to completely drop the ball.
Yeah, I remember one of Todd Howard's big things when this first was announced was he was like, you will be able to play Fallout 76 with your friends, and everybody lost it. They were like, yeah, woo! And then you found out that it was an online MMO kind of thing.
Everybody was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing, I feel like it has potential.
It does.
It had potential to be good, but in a world where decisions mean everything, having those decisions be nullified like that, like, I don't know how you would do it in an MMO where it's like, unless the way that you did it was unlike any other MMO where it's like, okay, quests are up to grab for whoever, but whoever, it's like first come first serve, and they change every single day, and the game progresses with time. Just like time normally progresses, where it's like, you see this quest today, you're never going to see this again if somebody's done it. The only way you're going to see it again is basically if nobody took it. And
so, like, they did even have Walton Goggins. He's in one of the new updates. He's the ghoul. He's in Fallout 76. He's a bounty hunter. He gives you quests. There's a whole thing for it. But I don't know. I think it was a little too gimmicky. I think it was... I didn't feel like it kept to heart the feeling of Fallout, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But that's, again, I've played Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 4. So those are the games that I got used to. And so I was used to being... You're not the main character anymore, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole point, is, like, you're no longer the main character. You are one of 50 people on this server, all doing stuff, all interacting with the game world. You're not the main guy anymore.
Imagine that, though. Imagine an MMO where every single person playing that MMO is competing to be the main character.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that is kind of the way most MMOs are. It's like, who's the top dog?
That's
who's
fair.
got the best gear, who's completed the most quests, who's killed the raid boss first. Blah,
but
blah,
I guess
blah,
that's
blah.
the thing, is like, it's always who killed the raid boss first, not who killed the only boss that's never coming back.
Oh, yeah.
Who got
the one-time challenge.
Who figured out this mystery before everybody else. And then as the game continues on and as time goes on, a new bad guy, they put a new NPC that's a bad guy in the game that's slowly starting to, like, make these plans and do these things, and which character is going to, like, find this new guy and be the next main character.
Yeah, it would have been cool. It could have been cool. I didn't like it personally. I think it was just not super fun. Plus, they added weight to every item in the game, and then they gave you a limited storage as to how much weight you could hold even back at your base.
Oh, that's rough.
And
Don't do that to your base.
Ammunition had weight, food had weight, water had weight, and they also made it so it was kind of like if you were playing Fallout 4 in survival mode. So you had to eat, you had to drink, you had to sleep, and if you didn't do those things, your character would suffer penalties. So you had to carry water with you, you had to carry food with you, and you had to be able to go back to sleep occasionally or else.
Nobody wants that in a video game. Can I just say that? The whole reason people play video games is because escapism. Nobody wants that much realism in their video game. And if you do want that much realism in a video game, are you okay? Who hurt you?
Yeah, it's too much for me.
Like, who hurt you? And I'm sorry. Um
Yeah. But there's our 15-minute little rant on Fallout 76. It was a great idea. I think it could have been super cool. I don't think the execution was the way that it was supposed to, and I don't think it holds up to the spirit and the ideas of the Fallout games, but that's me.
Tell us in the comments why we're wrong.
Yeah, tell us in the if you love watching or like playing Fallout 76, by all means, you know, like I'm not saying that it's a bad game. I'm just saying I don't like it. But without further ado, let's get into the main topic of this story. We're talking about Fallout 4. Now, what do you know about Fallout 4?
We played a little bit of Fallout 4. I know that Fallout 4 is the game. Is that the one that has the Nuka-Cola DC in it?
Yep, it's got the new
DLC?
Cola DLC. Mm-hmm.
DLC? Not DC, DLC.
Downloadable content. Yep.
Thank you. It has the Nuka-Cola DLC in it. I know that we have a really cool base in Fallout 4.
Yes.
I know to farm corn. So the intro, what I remember from the intro sequence, because I don't think we went along the main storyline when we were playing.
Not really, no.
We really were just kind of like wandering around, exploring, making a super dope base, by the way. We can't even open or load our game because we have 2 bases in that game that are freaking awesome, but the game glitches out every time we try to load it in because there's just too much.
Yeah, we used a glitch in order to make the bases the way that they are.
Oh wait, we did?
Yeah, I'll tell you about that in a minute.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah, I went through it at one point with you, but yeah, it's been a while.
Sure. But I remember with Fallout 4, you start the game and you are in a house with your either husband or wife, depending on what gender character you're playing, and your baby child. And basically you're like chilling in there, and then a Vault Tech employee comes and knocking at your door and is all like, hey, you want a spot in the vault? Sign up right here, and then you can get a spot. And the guy's like, you know what? Then you're like, you know, fine, we'll sign up for the freaking vault. Okay, cool. Sign up for the vault. Literally, like 2 seconds after he leaves the house, oh no, everybody, bombs are dropping. Run to the vault. And so you gotta go grab your baby, grab your spouse, and you gotta run your happy ass up a hill to the actual vault. Then you get into the vault, you go down an elevator, and as the elevator into the vault is going down, you see, bam, bomb hits the city nearby. The shock wave is kind of hitting overhead as you're going down in this elevator. You get down, and they basically put you in these cryo chambers. They put you in the vault suit first, and then they put you inside these cryo chambers. And then it goes through a sequence where you're like, okay, go sleep in the cryo chamber. Your wife or husband, depending on, again, which gendered character you're playing, is holding your baby as they get frozen in their cryo chamber, and then you get frozen in yours. Well, then you wake up, and there's these people in, like, lab coats almost, like, looking into your cryo tank, being like, I can't remember exactly what they say, but I think it's something along the lines of, like, oh, look at this one, you know, like, oh, they're waking up, and then you see them open up your spouse's cryo chamber, and they're trying to take the baby from your spouse. And your spouse is like, what the hell? No, this is my baby. I'm not giving you my baby. And so they take out a gun and shoot your spouse in the head.
Yes.
And you're trying to get out of your cryo tank. You're like, what the heck? And then somebody like really ominously walks up to your like your little cryo chamber, and they say something. I think it's along the lines of like, don't worry, you're gonna go back to sleep. But then they take your baby away, and then you fall back to sleep. And then the next time you wake up, you get out of the cryo chamber and you find that the vault that you've been in is completely like ransacked and abandoned. And there's a bunch of like rad roaches and like mutated insects and stuff inside of it, right? And that's basically like your tutorial zone.
Yes, that is that. So yeah, like that is pretty much the basic for how the game starts, right? Like you pick your character. Now the 2 characters here, kind of crazy. They have a name. Each of them have a canonical name.
Okay.
There's Nate and Nora.
Okay.
And for again, like the first time in a little bit, our main character actually has a bit of a backstory. So if you play as Nate, your character actively is a veteran.
Oh, wow.
You served in the war for Anchorage, Alaska.
Dang, okay.
And you're back, and that's actually why your family is offered a spot in the vault, because you have military privileges, and so they're like,
Okay.
hey, you are guaranteed a spot. Here you go.
All you gotta do is sign this dotted line.
Yeah, exactly, and you're already in. So that's how they got in, even though they weren't rich or anything.
Oh, we love the government and how they treat their veterans.
Yeah. Yeah, this one, it sounds so nice on the surface, and then you're like, oh,
and
boy.
then you know what Vault-Tec does, and you're like, ooh.
Yeah, just rough. Now, for a little bit of context, so this was made all the way back in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
So, 11 years ago.
Yeah.
Which doesn't feel like super long ago, because I remember when this first came out and I was losing my mind over this game. I spent so long.
2015 feels like it was not long at all, and then you look at the calendar.
Exactly. Now, Fallout 4 takes place in Boston, Massachusetts.
Okay, the Commonwealth?
Yes, now known as the Commonwealth. Good job. You got it in one. Now it's set in the year 2287.
Okay, is this the latest any Fallout game is taking place in?
Yeah, so I don't remember when Fallout New Vegas takes place.
Okay.
I really need to look that up. And last time we did the video about that, I didn't do a whole lot of research on it. I just did the from my memory.
I'll look it up really quickly.
But I do know that it takes place 10 years after Fallout 3 and 210 years after the bombs fell.
Okay.
So essentially it does take place after Fallout 3, we know that, by 10 years.
When was this one?
This one was 2287.
2287? 2281 was New Vegas, so this is
So 6 years after Fallout New Vegas and 10 years after Fallout 3.
Mm-hmm.
And again, 210 years after the bombs have fallen. So we are going to play our new character's title.
Okay.
Is the sole survivor.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
Yes, because as we just discussed, nobody left in Vault 11. But yes, not Vault 11, Vault 111. 111.
Okay.
Now it was literally just a cryogenic experiment. That's all it was.
That's it?
It was to see how long they could keep corpses, or not corpses, but people alive in cryogenic freezing. Before their bodies and mental states started to degrade. Okay. So it was basically just to see how long they could keep somebody a popsicle until they could thaw them out, and then they don't thaw right.
Okay, dang.
Yeah, messed up.
They messed up for sure, but they never even got to finish their experiment because this guy made it. Yes. Did other people die inside of their cryopods?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna get it. That's why we're called the sole survivor.
Okay.
Because out of every single member that went into Vault 111, we're the only one that comes out alive other than our son, Sean.
Okay. Who was taken.
Who
knows how early.
Yeah,
How much earlier.
Exactly. Now, with this, we're going to kind of... As all Fallout games, there's a lot, right? There's a lot of factions, there's a lot of stuff going on. But I'm going to try to stick to the ones that are pertinent.
Yeah.
And then we'll kind of go from there. But we already know, right, that our character's spouse is gone. Mm-hmm. Our life totaled.
Yeah.
Because we woke up 210 years after the bombs have fallen. Oh,
yeah.
So we went to sleep. Woke up, saw our spouse get murked, and then our child stolen, and then woke up again to find the world that we once knew as this lush green world to be nuclear fallout. So it's crazy because our character has no idea. Unlike other Vault Dwellers who had training and stuff to learn about this, it's
just in the dark the whole time.
Yeah, you come out and you're like, oh, what the hell?
The only thing that's getting him through is that he used to be a veteran.
Yeah.
In his mind, a week ago.
Exactly. He's back to war then. All right, let's go.
And You did say that was his backstory. Does that change if you end up playing Nora instead?
I don't. I think they kind of fucked Nora a little bit, if I'm being honest. I'm not saying she didn't have an actual good backstory,
And that's on sexism.
but I think it's literally she was the wife of a veteran, and that's about all I understand.
Wow. Okay, Fallout.
So
I like the idea that if you do play the female character, then you were the veteran, and if you play the male character, then he was a veteran. You know?
Yeah, because in the like character creation screen, she's reminding him that he's got to go to the big vet, like meeting. What do they call it? Reunion.
Yeah.
He has a veterans reunion to go to where he's going to see all his old war buddies from Anchorage, Alaska.
That's kind of how we find out.
Exactly. And then again, the like guy in the front for the vault tech, he's like, due to your war service, you're automatically gifted a space in the vault. You know, you and your family just sign here.
Mm-hmm.
So we are given an idea, but we don't really get to see. He could have been a paper pusher for all we really know.
Yeah,
you know, I think we see him in power armor in one of the scenes. And so like we do know he was a soldier for sure. But as far as that goes, he might not have ever seen real action. Who knows?
We don't get the deep backstory. We just get the vague idea that this is the don't ask us why they're invited to the vault plot.
Yeah.
Ever. Like this is like they were gonna put a lid on this now. The reason that they're invited to the vault is because of this, and don't ask any more questions about it.
Don't ask any more questions. And they probably assume most of the people are gonna play as the male character. And so they put more idea into him being this like soldier person to play as.
They don't know anything about lonely gamer boys then, do they?
Well, it's also super funny because so many people have drawn fan art of Nora.
Yeah.
It's basically the idea of what happens to an oppressed 1950s housewife when she finally is given the freedom that the wasteland provides, essentially.
That's wild.
But yeah, so it is really funny to think of Nora as this like oppressed 50s housewife. Or like
I don't know if it's funny to think about,
but like she finally gets the opportunity to just like, oh, I have guns and I can kill people. This is great. I am a threat.
All of this feminine rage that I've had for years has an outlet now. This is awesome.
Yeah, I don't have to just drink and take mood suppressors. This is wonderful.
Where's my son?
Yeah, where's my son? So this will be the main goal of our character from day one.
Okay.
Is finding the sons of bitches who took our kid and getting him back, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Where's my son?
Now, even taking into account that we're not being bad parents and just leaving this kid until we decide to eventually go and find him, it's a little bit easier said than done finding this kid.
Yeah.
But let's start at the beginning, as all the best stories do. So we have our vault, which we know was right next to our house.
Yeah.
And when we come out of the vault, the first place we're going is our house.
Yes, and also, I forgot, by the way, just so everybody knows, because you're probably going to say this in like 5 seconds, there was a robot that we had. Mr. Cogsworth, right?
Yes, Cogsworth, our robot butler.
Yes, who was like changing the baby when we were there before the war.
Yes, Cogsworth was amazing. Cogsworth did not get a spot in the vault, so Cogsworth's been taking the slow route to 210 years of bad days. But he's still kicking. He's still running because he runs off of a fusion core.
Yes, he does.
Which can last for, I believe, 1,000 years without maintenance.
Yeah, so like he's like only 200 years in.
You find him, and he is attempting to like polish the walls of your house. To no avail.
Oh, Cogsworth. It's so dirty.
It's so dirty. He's trying so hard. And you can get a voice option where he kind of just breaks down.
Aww.
And he's like, "Sir, it's been awful. Do you know how hard it is to try to polish rust? You can't do it, sir. 200 years of Fallout and it's all in the floor." Like,
it's all in the floor.
It's all in the floor.
Oh, that's so good.
But, eventually you can kind of snap Cogsworth out of it. And Cogsworth is a companion. You can have him follow you all the way through the entire game if you want to.
Wow, okay.
Now, Cogsworth as your loyal robot butler, you tell him, hey, Cogsworth, I'm so sorry I haven't been here, blah, blah, blah. I'm freaking out. What's happened? All this stuff. He kind of gives you the rundown,
Where's
right?
my son?
Where's my son? And he's like, young Master Sean? Oh, we must find him. We must find him. So, he gives you the coordinates to a place called Concord.
Uh-huh.
He's like, last thing I knew, there was a settlement of people that had sprung up in this small town over here. Perhaps we should check for young Sean there. And so it's like the obvious, like, all right, go this way. Now at this point in the game, we can choose to just say, get screwed, dude. Like, and not really do anything.
Yeah, we don't have to go looking for our son.
We really, really don't.
That's what we did. We were like, we're going to Disneyland.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we're going to Nukaland. We were bad parents. But basically, if you follow the storyline, you're going to do this.
Yeah.
Where you get to go to this small town, which is under attack at this time by raiders.
Mm-hmm.
We meet another companion that we can take with us along the road to Concord.
Oh, wait, hold on. Do I know his name? Did I see him?
Yes.
Is he voiced by Liam O'Brien or Matthew Mercer?
No.
Okay, never mind. I'm not going to remember then.
This is going to be a common thing for a lot of people who have watched the TV show. It's dog meat.
Dog meat! I should have known that. I should have known that one. When I think of companion, I think of humanoid. And for some reason, robot equals humanoid to me because it has human voice.
But yeah, we're going to see dog meat.
Is this the first game we ever see dog meat in?
No. Dog meat has been in every Fallout game.
Okay.
As a potential recruit.
Yeah.
Some games, they do a little bit more of a better job explaining why dog meat lives or does not live.
Yeah.
But, I believe it's, like, official in Fallout 1, dog meat dies till a laser grid.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I refuse. Dog meat lives.
All the time. But we meet dog meat. Our loyal companion.
Yeah.
Doggo. And we go through a few little things when we get to Concord, right? It's under attack by these raiders, and we're like, oh shit, we gotta help these people if we're good people, or we gotta bilk them for all they're worth if we're not good people.
Love it.
And these raiders are attacking a group of people called the Minutemen.
Oh.
That's what we find out, right?
Okay.
Well, this group is being protected by a Minuteman.
Oh?
That's it. He's got a new weapon in the game.
Okay.
Called a laser musket.
Oh, love that.
And you can hand crank them.
Uh-huh.
To store up shots to get a big shot off.
Okay.
One of the most powerful weapons in the game, actually. Surprise if you're trying a sniper build. But anyway, point being, we kill the raiders, right? We save these people in this place, and we save this guy, this Minuteman. His name is Preston Garvey.
Okay.
He is another potential person that you can have join your party.
Uh-huh.
Companion. And Preston is like the cream of the crop. He's a great dude.
Okay.
He wants to see society brought back up.
Okay, I love it.
And he is part of this group called the Minutemen, and that's their whole thing.
Okay.
Is they want to bring back society and protect it. But what they want is small communities.
Okay.
So they want to build settlements, and then they want to make those settlements safe, and then have people come live there.
Okay.
And then trade and do whatever they want to while they're in there. But that's not the Minutemen's concern. The Minutemen's concern is reestablishing civilization.
Uh-huh.
They're not trying to put taxes on people.
No.
They're not trying to put rules and regulations up other than be a good frickin' person.
Love that.
And it's kind of like a civilians, like a citizens militia.
Uh-huh.
Where everybody's kind of looking out for everybody.
Yeah.
Right? And if we set up these settlements, we can get them equipped with like radios and signals and stuff, and we can all come and help each other if we're under attack.
Yeah.
All that fun stuff. But the problem is, the Minutemen got betrayed.
Oh no.
And Preston is one of maybe 5
wow.
are still alive.
A faction in the Fallout universe got betrayed by somebody and no longer exists. Never would have saw that one coming.
No way. No way.
Oh, crazy how that works.
I know, right? So after talking to Preston, but maybe we don't want to do the Minuteman stuff right now. We'll just throw that to the sideline, right?
Okay.
Because we gotta find our kid, right? We're being good parents on this run.
Where's my son?
We're being responsible. Where's my son? So, after talking to Preston Garvey, we find out that we need to go to a big. He's like, if anybody's gonna know where your kid is here in the Commonwealth, you're gonna want to check out Diamond City.
Okay.
So we get sent to Diamond City.
Love it.
Tell us how to get there. Now this is the great green jewel of the Commonwealth. Here, we find out about we get our first real look into the boogeyman of our game, the Institute.
Ooh, okay.
Now, getting into Diamond City isn't super hard. There's, like a gate guard, and you gotta talk to him and do a little bit of stuff, but it's no big deal.
Yeah.
And this is where we're gonna meet a reporter, another recruitable character. Her name is Piper.
Okay.
And she's literally a reporter and newscaster.
What a great name for a reporter.
Piper?
I just gotta say that. I don't know why. I just who paid to Piper?
Right?
I don't know. Just very reporter to me. Anyways.
Yeah. So she's a reporter in the wasteland.
Yeah.
Kind of a crazy idea, right?
Wild. I love that concept.
She's like, ever since I was a little girl, I've always been like snooping out scoops and figuring out exactly where to.
Oh, she puts her nose in some shit. In some.
Oh, she does. The mayor does not like her.
Oh, I'm sure he doesn't. It's a he, right?
Yes, Mayor McDonough.
I knew it.
He's a bit of an asshole. But as far as most people are concerned, the Institute is just a boogeyman.
Yeah.
It's not really this big problem. So,
because if I remember correctly, the Institute are the people who create synths, which are basically bio-robots that look like and replace people from the Fallout Society.
Yes, exactly that. Now, the problem is this has bred a really big paranoia into your brother might be a synth, your mom might be a synth, your husband might be a synth, your son might be a synth.
It's kind of like back in like ancient Irish, not ancient, but like old Irish culture where they're like, oh, your baby was replaced by the fairies.
Yep.
But in this case, it's like, oh no, they literally could have been replaced by a robot and you wouldn't know.
Yep. So there's a lot of people who are terrified of this, and they're keeping an eye out on their loved ones, being like, is Billy acting a little different?
Mm-hmm.
Did Seamus always do that?
Very paranoia. Is there any way that you can tell that something's a synth?
If you kill them.
How?
They have a synth component in their body.
Just randomly somewhere in their body?
There's no detail about this. I cannot answer that question, unfortunately.
Dang.
I can just tell you.
Yeah. Because that doesn't make any sense, where it's like, it makes sense if it's in a different place every single time, and so you have to go digging. But it doesn't make sense if it's like, okay, they're dead now.
It's probably in their brain. If I had to be honest, like, it's probably like a computer part that's in their brain that does something.
That would make a lot of sense, because you would have to kill somebody to get that part, because like
surgery's not really a thing.
Exactly. There can't be like an outward tell, I guess,
Yeah, not an easy thing at the very least in the wasteland.
And then even then, it's like after you kill somebody, are you pulling open their skull so you can dig through their brain? Like, that just felt very weird to me, where it's like, do they start glitching out after do sparks fly after you kill them? Like,
yeah,
what is...
They're supposed to be indistinguishable from humans until they're killed. Is the whole thing.
Right. That's the crazy part to me. It's like, it would make sense if like after they died something happened to the biomaterial that's on them, where it's like, oh, that's a telltale sign that this is a synth. But to just be like, oh, there's a random part somewhere in their body, if you don't know what or where you're looking for it, how do you tell even after something's dead?
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's a video game. They didn't think that far ahead.
No.
There's a little label above their head that says synth when you go to shoot them, so...
Yeah, and there's Gen 1, 2, and 3 synths.
Uh-huh.
A Gen 3 synth is indistinguishable from human being.
Yeah.
A Gen 2 synth is more like,
More like iRobot?
Yeah.
With a skin suit?
Yeah, exactly. And then Gen 1 is like, you could tell that's a machine. That's just a moving machine with a humanoid body.
So it goes from iRobot to like Megan to like fully biological.
Kind of how that's how I always saw it. But yes, so there's different generations. Each one's a little bit better, and then the Gen 3 is the most current, and that's the one's indistinguishable from humans. But with this, we even like find this guy
Mm-hmm.
in a standoff in the middle of Diamond City.
Mm-hmm.
And basically what it is they're brothers.
Okay.
And this guy's like, you're a synth. I freaking know you're a synth. Like the way that you did this or that, blah, blah, blah. Like my brother would never do that. Where's my brother, you son of a bitch?
Mm-hmm.
And the guy's like, I am your brother, dude. Like, I don't know what what do you mean synth? And he shoots the guy in the head.
Mm-hmm.
So he shoots his brother in the middle of a crowded street. And you find a synth component on the body if you check.
So it was a synth.
It
Because
was
also,
a synth.
sometimes when they replace the synths with these people, they don't know.
Yep.
Right? So that guy probably
He
genuinely
genuinely
thought.
believed.
He's like, I am your brother. What are you talking about?
Yep.
And this guy was so adamantly like, you are not my brother.
Yep, that he just shoots.
That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's insane. Oof.
Look exactly like them, sound exactly like them.
That's rough. That's real rough.
Down to having their memories.
That's extremely rough.
Yeah. So moving on from here, right? We find out there's a lot to talk about for Diamond City,
Mm-hmm.
but Piper is actually extremely helpful here. So she takes pity on us.
Mm-hmm.
Once she finds out that we have a missing kid.
Okay.
And she even like sticks up for us to the mayor.
Okay.
Where she's like, why aren't you doing anything about this, McDonough?
Mm-hmm.
Kids are going missing and you're acting like this is what? Some fake piece of, news? Are you kidding me? Like, it's obvious now. These things exist. We need to deal with this.
Yeah.
So basically, after she finds out about this and, McDonough's no help, she's like, all right, there's one person in Diamond City that can help you.
Okay.
And his name is Nick Valentine.
Okay.
If you have a missing kid, you need to go to the Valentine's Detective Agency.
Oh, it's a detective
He's a
agency.
detective.
Ooh, that's fun.
So Nick Valentine is the detective of Diamond City. Also, fun fact, Diamond City is actually Fenway Park.
Okay. Oh, that makes so much sense because it's a baseball diamond.
Yep.
Okay. And so it's like just a little mini civilization that's popped back up, essentially.
Yep.
Okay, that's really fun.
In an old baseball coliseum.
Is the, are the walls still around it? Did they survive? Okay.
And they're super thick and sturdy and they've been reinforced.
No, that's super great. Like, especially in a big city like that, where if, like, you find a spot that's like that never got touched, that's a great spot to set up.
Exactly. Now, I don't believe Piper tells us this, but we're met with a bit of a surprise when we get to Valentine's Detective Agency.
No?
It is run by a man named Nick Valentine.
Okay.
Who is a Gen 1 synth.
And Piper doesn't... Does Piper not say anything because she knows or because she doesn't know?
Because she knows. Everybody knows.
Okay.
Nick, nobody really liked him.
Uh-huh.
Until he helped them find a missing girl.
So it's like, okay, we don't like you as a concept, but you're super helpful.
Exactly. So he claims to not know really about the Institute. Mm-hmm. He also was implanted with the memories and personality of an old detective from before the war.
Oh, wow.
Called Nick Valentine.
Oh, wow. So, okay. So the person that they used to make him was good at this sort of thing.
He was an actual detective.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's got a lot of information and he's able to kind of like use techniques that nobody else knows about because, Apocalypse happened 200 years ago. So he's super handy to have around and he's not a bad shot either.
Okay.
So he runs around in a big trench coat with the big like fedora kind of hat and he looks like an old 1950s detective, but he's a robot.
I love that. I love that lots.
So Nick is like, hey, you got a missing kid? We'll take your case. Mm-hmm. And he talks like very film noir detective. Yeah, kid, yeah, that kind of stuff.
Very Boston in the 50s
Boston,
film.
Yeah.
Like, I love
50s.
that. I love that so much.
So there's a lot of like you can kind of hear that film noir detective.
If he wasn't a robot, he'd be smoking a cigarette.
He does smoke cigarettes.
He's a robot and he's smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Now with his help, we managed to find out that the guy's name that took our kid, his name is Kellogg.
Like the cereal?
Yep.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah.
How dare you, Lucky Charms? Is that
Kellogg.
Kellogg? Cheerios. How dare you?
I'm pretty sure it's like Cheerios, Frosted Flakes, might be Lucky Charms. Like that would make sense too.
Anyways.
But anyway, so his name's Kellogg.
Oh.
And we know that he works for the Institute.
Okay.
So we found out about the boogeymen.
Uh-huh.
We found out the name of the guy who took our kid.
Uh-huh.
And again, with Nick's help, we managed to track him down. Now, when we track him down, he obviously doesn't want to die. So there's a few options.
Yeah.
To like kind of keep him alive or do other things. But the main thing here is we are going to deal with Kellogg one way or another.
Yeah, we are.
And once we deal with him, he tells us that Sean is in the Institute.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, but the thing is, we don't know where the Institute is.
Yeah.
Or how to get there, or how guarded it is. The Institute's a boogeyman. A lot of people don't even believe they exist in the Commonwealth.
Yeah.
Much less know where their headquarters is. So, once we leave, after taking care of Kellogg, oh boy, shit really starts to hit the fan.
Okay.
The game has been advancing in the background, kind of as we're doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're going to introduce a new player to the game. The Brotherhood of Steel.
Okay.
As they show up in the Commonwealth. And they show up on their modified Zeppelin, the Pridwin.
Zeppelins!
Zeppelins! And they are here in numbers.
Okay.
They are making a show in the Commonwealth because they've heard about this mechanical boogeyman that the Commonwealth is supposedly dealing with. And whoever they are, they've got technology they shouldn't have.
Oh, I love that.
And so the Brotherhood of Steel is here to kick ass and take technology, baby.
Did I hear you say robot?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what's going on.
Brotherhood as a hate boner for the Institute.
Brotherhood was, oh my gosh, it's so long. Now this branch of the Commonwealth is led by a man, their elder, Arthur Maxon.
Okay.
Who we actually get to see as a child.
Okay.
In Fallout New Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
But he is now elder of what will be the Commonwealth Brotherhood of Steel.
Okay. Which is going to become the biggest brotherhood, right?
According to the TV series, they're the one to be afraid of.
Okay.
Now the problem is Arthur Maxon is extraordinarily xenophobic.
So he's like humans only. No ghouls, no super mutants.
No, none of that. And the fact that there are these abominations to what human society should be that are gallivanting around with the face of real people.
Oh, he doesn't like sin.
Oh, he's mad.
Oh no.
How dare they?
Oh no.
So he is
didn't ask to be made.
Yeah, he is not a synth lover. There's no understanding there whatsoever. But the Brotherhood of Steel is in the Commonwealth, and they are here to play.
Okay.
So far as the Institute views them as the only real threat.
Oh, wow.
To their superiority.
Okay.
So they're like, we took over everything. So now I'm going to just kind of bring this up quickly. I'm going to try and get this done as quick as I can. Because there's 4 major factions that you can side with in Fallout 4.
Okay.
There's the Institute.
Uh-huh.
I know, kind of crazy. And we're going to find out why we can side with them here in a minute.
Okay.
The Brotherhood of Steel.
Okay.
The Minutemen.
Uh-huh. Which feels like the best option from what I've heard.
It is, for sure. And the Railroad.
Okay, I think I remember the railroad. The railroad, it that was that was based off of the actual why my brain
Underground
history.
Railroad.
Underground Railroad. Yes. Was it for slaves?
Yep, it was to help slaves escape captivity.
Yes, but that's what it is in the Fallout game as well, right?
Yep,
Is it slaves actually, or is it like
it's
synths?
synths.
Okay, so it is
But
synths.
yes,
Okay.
so I argue yes. Because
Yeah.
if the machine is intelligent enough to have emotions,
Yeah, they didn't ask to be created,
that's
and
slavery, in my
they
opinion.
just think that they're people too. They're literally
Yeah.
implanted with the memories of other people, and so they just think that they're existing.
Yeah, so it's super messed up. But we have the Underground Railroad, we have the Brotherhood of Steel, the Minutemen, and the Institute.
Mm-hmm.
These are going to be the only four factions that we can side with to end Fallout 4.
Mm-hmm.
So there isn't really anything else going on
Yeah.
from that standpoint forward. But so now we've taken out Kellogg, and we know that our son is in the Institute.
Yeah.
Um, we grab a memory chip that Kellogg has because
Okay.
as a mercenary for the Institute, he was paid in bionetic upgrades.
Oh wow! So he has robot parts inside of him.
Yep.
That's wild.
And he's a lot older than he looks.
Oh boy! I mean, let's be honest. In a world like Fallout, in the wastelands, I wouldn't be opposed to getting some robot parts to help me up the
Yeah.
curve, just a little bit.
So his reflexes were better. His blood filters, his body could reproduce cells almost perfectly, which theoretically could have made him immortal.
What?
Yeah. So like our body, whenever we reproduce cells, we do it kind of crappy because it's a copy of a copy.
Yeah.
And so that's why things like old age start to affect us, because you're getting old, your cells have
Yeah.
duplicated enough, you're starting to kind of wear down, you're not as good as you used to be.
That's crazy.
That's not really the way things work for Kellogg.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, he could theoretically live forever with that, but
Bullets don't really care about your cells.
Bullets really don't care about how well your cells reproduce. For the most part, you get enough of them. So after we kill him, we get a little chip.
Okay.
This chip basically will be extremely useful because it's his memory chip.
Okay.
We can find out where Sean is.
Okay, because this guy knew.
This guy knew. So that's how we kind of find out, okay, he's in the Institute.
Yeah.
And we see him like surrounded by doctors and all this stuff. And we find out that the only way to get into the Institute is through teleportation. A technology that the Institute has developed that everyone else thinks is science fiction.
What?
They don't think it can be done, but the Institute has figured out how to do it.
Who is they're geniuses.
Yeah, now we have a couple pieces starting to click together because all these people that go missing randomly.
Just teleport.
Yep.
Teleport. That's crazy.
How the Institute seems to just show up wherever they need to.
Supernaturally genius.
Yeah, real rough.
Wow, okay. Teleportation's real. Cool.
So yeah, so they can teleport. After we find this out, we need to essentially approach the leader of the railroad and get her help in getting a chip that has the coordinates for the Institute on it.
Okay.
Because now we know that teleportation is the only way to get in, but we need some way of telling a device where to go.
Okay.
So help her. We do that. We get the chip, right? Well, then now we have another problem.
Mm-hmm.
Because now we know that the only way in is through teleportation, and we have a chip that will take us there if we have a machine to go there. But we don't have the pattern on how to do that yet.
Yeah.
And we're going to need a freaking genius to build one. Well, just so happens there's this dude who ran away from the Institute. And he's kind of like a legend, because everybody's like, no way, someone actually escaped the boogeyman kind of thing. No, he did. And his name is, hold on one second. Brian Virgil.
Okay, Brian. Good
Brian
job.
Virgil. He turns himself into a super mutant.
Oh, smart, honestly.
And he goes
Yeah.
to a place in the Commonwealth called the Glowing Sea.
That's so smart. If you ran away from people who were as smart as the Institute, turning yourself into something completely and totally different, and then putting yourself in a location that is completely and totally unreachable by any biological being is the smartest thing you could possibly do if you want to still live.
He's kind of a genius, and he has survived. He's the only one who ran away from the Institute and lived.
That's wild.
They still don't know where he is.
How do you find him?
MacGuffin.
The game said you
somehow
decide.
someone knows, right? It's absolute bullshit because you're like, there's no way I found out this easily when you guys have been looking this whole time for him. But anyway, doesn't matter.
The Institute can teleport. What do you mean they don't know where Brian is?
Yeah, so you find Brian, and he gives you the pattern one way or another through force or, persuasion. You get the pattern. And now you can make the machine.
Okay.
Now you can make the machine. Now you have the coordinates. Now you're ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
So we teleport into the Institute. And we get in there, and there's a bunch of synths. And they all have guns. And we're like, oh, crap. So we're about ready to start blasting, but they're like, hold your fire, hold your fire. Father wants to see him. And so you're like, huh?
What? I was expecting a shootout.
Right? So, no. The leader of the Institute, Father, wants to talk to you.
Okay.
When you get there. Take an elevator. Long story short, you get up there, you meet this old man, and he starts talking to you, and you see this robot. And it's playing with a kid. And this kid is your son. Mm-hmm. Your child, Sean. Mm-hmm. He's a little older than you expected. Mm-hmm. Because he's like a teenager. Mm-hmm. But you fell back asleep again. It makes sense. Mm-hmm. And you go up and you start talking to your son, to Sean. And you're like, hey, I'm going to get you out of here. Dad's here, blah, 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 all this stuff. And the simulation ends, and the synth that was pretending to be your son stops. And the old man standing in front of you turns out to actually be your son. Mm-hmm. Father, the leader of the Institute, the person who's been running things for 50 years now?
Yeah, little older than you were thinking, bud.
A little older than you were thinking. Your son is now older than you are.
That would be a nightmare.
Yep.
An absolute nightmare.
Yep. It was real messed up.
Let me tell you.
So now we have to make a couple decisions. We have to choose who we're going to side with. Do we want to try to side with the Institute and make it a more, let's say...
Just keep doing what you're doing.
conscientious kind of people?
Because that's your son?
Yeah, because that's your son, and so you want to, make this right. Do we decide to side with the Brotherhood of Seal and cleanse the Commonwealth of all of these synth...
That feels like a bad option.
Falsities of humanity, as according to the...
That too
the Brotherhood.
Feels like a bad option.
Do we side with the Minutemen?
And then get nothing done because there's 5 of them left.
Obviously the best moral choice for the Commonwealth, but do we side with the Underground Railroad and save all of synth kind?
I mean, that also feels like a decent option.
What
decent
do we want to do? Now there's a couple things, because we never had a canonical ending to this, and this is kind of, a lot of people are bringing this up in the comments for the TV show, is the Commonwealth Brotherhood of Steel seem to be going pretty fucking bananas. Mm-hmm. Everybody's scared of them, so it makes sense that they did good somewhere. Mm-hmm. If you side with the Institute, you end up becoming the leader of the Institute, and your son dies from cancer. Okay. And his dying wish is that you take over the Institute that he has been a part of for so long, and that you make it what it should be for the world.
that's, I think, the thing, is that I feel like, in theory, the Institute has, like, incredible merit. Teleportation, like, this extremely advanced technology. Why we need biological human robots? That, I don't understand why you would need that unless you're trying to make, like, an army or something, which is, in that case, if you're trying to make an army, why are you trying to make an army, you know? Like,
Yeah.
so that's, I think it's kind of like the question of, like, the Institute, I feel like, has some incredible uses simply because of the amount of, like, genius
Yeah.
that comes out of it. But the problem is, why were these the specific projects that you're working on? Why are we replacing people with people? It's very much of, like, the Institute as a, as a resource for the people, and, like, for, like,
That's great.
medicine and, like, transportation and communication is fantastic. But why it was being used before is inherently corrupt, and that's the problem, where it's like, you take anything good, you put it in the wrong hands, it can become something very bad very quickly.
Yeah, it was scientific advancement with no moral restrictions.
Mm-hmm.
So they were able to do anything they wanted, and they started viewing humanity as test subjects.
Mm-hmm.
And they stopped thinking to themselves, why, I shouldn't do this, to why can't I do this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very hard because there are some incredibly, like, kind and genuine scientists out there who are just extremely smart and, like, have an extreme moral code. But I feel like a lot of times when you get to that level of intelligence, there's also this level of, like, there's always a reason to do the next thing instead of a reason why you shouldn't be doing something, you know?
Yeah, and it was so, like, it sucks because you do see that they started cloning food. So they can just make food, essentially.
So crazy
They
important.
made, like, these grow vats for crops that can work underground and are 3 times as efficient as normally growing things on the surface because the soil's irradiated.
But instead, they're, like, making these robot replacements for people.
Yeah, they made synth gorillas. Don't ask me why, they just did it. So, it's like, you could side with them, you could side with the Brotherhood. It's rough. Those are your options. You got 4.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is, if you side with almost anybody, if you side with anyone, you have to destroy the Institute, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's the Institute.
In which case, you can go on to say that you did whatever the diddly fuck you want to do.
Yeah, you had world domination. If you side with, because if you side with the Minutemen, they're like, the Institute cannot exist here, man. Like, if we're gonna build a society, we cannot have these puppet masters in the shadows doing whatever the hell they want to do.
And honestly, it makes so much sense because they are using it for the wrong reasons. Like,
yeah,
it's truly, I would not want that personally, like, happening the way that they were using their innovations. It's like, yeah, no, like, no thank you. Like, if a dude walked up and is like, hey, I created this I basically made life out of a computer, and this is a person, but it's a person powered by a computer chip, I'd be like, okay, you know what, you've already done what you've done, I don't have a problem with this. So, but the second you start body swapping, like, why are you doing that? That's nefarious, and that's so incredibly wrong. Because what happened to that other person who was a real life person?
Yeah, they get disposed of.
Well, yeah, I assumed, but, like, that's the whole point.
Yeah, it's so rough. If you side with the Brotherhood of Steel, they hate synths, so, Institute's toast. And if you side with the Railroad, oh yeah, they freaking hate the Institute because they're enslaving the robots that they're trying to free. So yeah, you gotta murk the Institute. Like, it's crazy. There is no option for, like, and then I saved the Institute and they turned out to be awesome people, but I also side with these other guys, like, no, if you side with the Institute, you have to destroy the Brotherhood of Steel. They just have to go.
Oh no!
And if you
the racist
I
dudes
know.
over in the corner have to go.
I know. I think they also want you to take out the Minutemen, and they want you to take out
okay, then
the Underground Railroad.
Yeah, they just want to get rid of everybody else who isn't them.
I don't know if you can, like, because you are technically the head, So I
Yeah.
don't know if you can basically tell them to fuck off and you're not going to
Because
destroy
that's the
the
thing is,
Minutemen.
if you could become the head of the Institute and then run it the exact way that you would want to do, then you could still have a good ending where the Institute gets to survive, the people get to have that sort of ingenuity and that knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't have to be bad. But in a game like Fallout, there's a certain amount of railroading. You know, like in
Yeah.
any video game, there's a certain amount of railroading where it's like the Institute's gonna stay bad. And you can side with the bad guys if you want, but they're still bad guys, and you becoming the leader of that isn't gonna change it.
Exactly that. But yeah, that's the whole story of Fallout 4. What do you think?
Dang. And we just went and hung out in Nuka World.
Yeah.
Comment below if you want to hear us talk about the Nuka World DLC. I know
Yeah.
more about that one, except I still don't remember much.
Yeah, I would love to do one about the Nuka world, like about all the DLCs, to be honest, because they were so good. But with this, don't forget to check out the Copper Spoon Chronicles.
Yes.
If you are interested in a cookbook adventure, it is available wherever books are sold, and it follows the journey of Cobb Copperspoon, Emily's online persona, and her fellow adventuring party as they go on a journey of self-discovery, experience gain, and delicious eats.
You said that so much better than I ever could have. Thank you.
So please do go check out the Copper Spoon Chronicles and check out our Patreon if you like these episodes and want to experience them a whole week earlier. They are over on Patreon a week earlier than anybody else, as well as some bonus episodes that are exclusive only to the Patreon.
Yes.
So if you're interested in those, please do go over and check them out. Also, Emily has started a new project. A new page. If you've noticed, this is high fantasy now. Her new page is dealing with a new project that she's working on. You should probably
Called
go
the
check it
Copper Spoon
out.
Chronicles, and the link should be all the places where links are usually.
So it's easy. The name of the book is the name of the page. So boom, there you go. All right, thank you all for watching. We'll see you again next time. And until then, goodbye,
Bye.
travelers!